Thank you all for being with us tonight. Like she said, my name's Jonathan Williamson. Apparently someone thought it'd be a good idea to give me a microphone, so you're all kind of stuck with me. But I won't be doing much of the talking. Like she said, the format's going to be very much the same. We've got about 45 questions that have already been submitted to the OIPOA through email. We are taking write-in questions. However, in case your question might have already been submitted, we are going to work through all of the email questions first before getting to any of the written-ins. I'm going to work kind of straight through the list. Like I said, all of these have been fielded from residents of Ocean Isle Beach, from emails that have been sent in over to Ms. Beth. And then Mark's going to have 2 minutes on each one. And then after that, like I said, if we have any questions, or he'll get probably one final question to give a closing statement to all of you and kind of wrap up what he really wants you to hear and know about his campaign. So that being said, Mark, you about ready, brother?
I am, sir.
Yeah. Well, let's start off with a pretty general question.
Right.
What do you feel makes you the best candidate for the Board of Commissioners?
I feel I'm a good candidate, the best candidate for the Board of Commissioners. I've lived here for 27 years full-time. 14 years of that, I served as the president of the Ocean Isle Property Owners Association. I have backed up the nonprofits that are located here on Ocean Isle Beach. I've parked cars every Tuesday night during the summertime for Tuesday night turtle talks when they were held at the community center. I have done crowd control for the turtle group when the turtle nests were hatching. I have been a last-minute, last resort backup for the turtle patrol when they go out in the morning to look for the crawls that may have come in during the night. I designed or helped design and for 9 years oversaw a program adopted by Plausibility that spayed and vaccinated 450 feral cats here on Ocean Isle Beach. I taught a class here at the museum during the summertime called Surfing 101 that gives you a good clue as to what I like to do in my spare time if possible. Starting in 2005, I started attending, September of 2005, started attending the Board of Commissioner meetings, which is right at 20 years. And since in that 20 years, I've missed maybe 5 of those meetings. I've attended the open forums, the public hearings, a handful of budget workshops, and even when the topic was something I was interested in, some of the planning board meetings. And I think that experience, that knowledge that I've gained through that time, I think that experience and knowledge is an asset that can be used for the benefit of the residents of Ocean Isle Beach. But I will add this, the main thing I learned during all that is the importance of the decision makers listening to the people they serve. And I think if you've owned property here very long, you have received a letter from me every year that I was POA president with my phone number on it, because the decision makers need to hear from the people they serve. You will probably hear that a lot in my answers this evening as well. And you, if I'm allowed to serve as your commissioner, you will hear that the next 4 years as well also. I can't really say how strongly I believe that that's necessary to make the right decisions. And by right decision, what I mean is the ones that reflect your goals and your priorities for Ocean Isle Beach. Thank you.
If you were to be elected as commissioner, what are 3 things that you would hope to accomplish in that position?
I think the most important thing of the 3 would be for us to maintain our family-friendly environment that we pride ourselves on here, and also to, maybe I want to say, rebuild the positive, supportive sense of community that I found when I moved here. When I moved here 27 years ago, it was a very tight-knit group, a very open, receptive, positive group, and I would like to see that, if it's slipping away from us, I would like to see it rebuilt, and I would like to see that being a stable, known part about Ocean Isle Beach. Beyond that, we certainly have topics we need to deal with here, issues, we want to call them that, mainly the growth in the surrounding area that brings a lot more people to Ocean Isle Beach. It brings traffic, it brings congestion. We need to be creative. We need to reach out to experts in this type of management to make sure we can handle it the best we can. For a third topic, I would probably fall back on the first topic, because I think it is that important that we maintain that family-friendly, small-town atmosphere that attracted each of us here, that as well attracts so many visitors each year.
So, and you might have touched on this one in the first answer a little bit. And for those, if you do remember, these questions were originally designed to be read randomly through a number of candidates. So if there seems to be a little redundancy in some of them, that's probably why. But what are the strengths specifically that you would bring to this current Board of Commissioners?
I've been practicing that for 14 years, a willingness to listen to the people I serve. I think that can't be overplayed. It has to be the people I serve have to have to let me know what they think, and I have to be willing to listen to make sure the right decisions are made, the right votes are cast. And again, I define that as what reflects your goals and your priorities for our town.
The fourth question in this set under the qualifications, if you were elected to serve on the Board of Commissioners, are there times that you would be able to call the question?
You know, you never say never, so I'm not going to say I wouldn't do that, but I would be very, very hesitant to do that, because I think discussion is necessary among the decision makers to get to the right answer, to get to the right decision. So I'm not going to say I would never do that, but I would be extremely hesitant to ever do that.